In a bid to maintain relevance and chase consumer trends, Apple is once again trying their hand at influencing the future of finance by releasing the Apple Card, presenting it to be built on simplicity, transparency, and privacy, and designed to help customers lead a healthier financial life. But what are the broader implications here? Can we look to this as a weather vane for things to come? How is Apple and tech companies like it influencing the future of finance? And how does that affect cryptocurrency? Welcome to Ready Set Crypto. This is your brain on blockchain. So if you haven't watched the pitch of Apple's new card, the basic pitch is that it's designed for the iPhone to be digital and live in the Wallet app. It's meant to work with existing POS systems that have already integrated Apple Pay, and they've designed a titanium Apple Card for shopping at locations where Apple Pay is not yet accepted. Where Apple is trying to differentiate themselves is the fact that there's no fees and there's lower interest, as well as readable transaction data using machine learning, a 2% cashback reward, and principally the main selling point here is that it's built with the simplicity that defines Apple's design ethos. Where bank statements and bank platforms are complex and convoluted, Apple aims to provide a better vision and better ease of use for the average consumer. As it stands, the software will be the differentiating factor. Integration with iPhone, Apple Wallet, and Apple Pay all help to build upon the Apple ecosystem. But let's dig deeper here. One of the other key features of the Apple Card is Apple's commitment to not collecting consumer data and enforcing privacy features and security measures, which should help push the finance sector in a better direction. I think these are easy things to get behind. For one, it's no secret that banks and the financial services industry has made a fortune by making their processes convoluted, their statements impossible to read, and their fees numerous and arbitrary. Furthermore, if it brings the idea of transactional privacy to the average consumer, I'd consider that a positive first step towards the tenets of cryptocurrency. By taking a privacy-first approach to financial services, Apple is setting a very high bar for other technology companies such as Facebook and Amazon who want to follow them into their vertical. Furthermore, the Apple Cash that people receive as cash back on their purchases is a gateway drug to the ideas of digital cash and how to interact with them. Look, it's no secret that Apple is looking to get back its mojo that it lost after the Steve Jobs years. It's built its brand on building things better than anyone, and there's a demand for Apple to get back there. Blockchain could represent that opportunity. It's not much of a stretch either. Just like we saw JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon go from Bitcoin skeptic to JPM coin proponent, it wouldn't be much of a leap for Goldman Sachs, which is backing the Apple Card, and which has also backed cryptocurrency startups like BitGo as well as Circle to launch its own dollar-denominated cryptocurrency for use throughout all of Apple's devices. But I want to stop here and emphasize this point about the broader trend towards corporate financialization and its mashup with technology that may have the effect of greater centralization, where instead of government states, commercial entities wield sway over global economies with influence far in excess of any government. After all, mega corporations will be the new countries of the globalized future. Hopefully I can impress upon you that the beginnings of that trend are happening today. Tens of millions of people are going to be onboarded to a new digital financial ecosystem through Apple and other technology companies which are dabbling in finance and financialization. Rather than sitting around and praying that companies like Apple will support Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, what's more likely to happen is that we'll see companies building the infrastructure that does serve as a bridge towards a more digital economy. No, the Apple Card is not an existential threat to Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry. I wouldn't even call it a competitor. Rather, I see Apple as pushing people, the industry, the economy in a direction which further supports cryptocurrency and the ideals and tenets of blockchain. Many of the articles that I read through regarding this topic seem to paint this us versus them mentality of how the Apple Card is not a direct competitor or can never compete with Bitcoin, but I think that's coming at it from the wrong direction. I think we're both fighting the same fight, even if our principles are somewhat different. Perhaps it's true. Perhaps Apple is simply doing what it can to remain relevant, but at the same time, because one of the largest companies in the world, one of the most valuable companies in the world, is pursuing this narrative, is pursuing this objective, it's going to force people to take notice. It's going to force other companies, other institutions, to wake up and smell the roses, to say, hey, yeah, we can do things better. Perhaps finance doesn't have to be convoluted. Perhaps there doesn't have to be all these fees. Perhaps we can do things faster. Perhaps we can build things that are fair. Perhaps we can build things that are trustless. Perhaps we can build things that are decentralized. You see, this is just a step in the right direction. We implicitly know that the core ideals of blockchain technology would be beneficial for the world, for our economy, for the people that are underbanked, the people that are underrepresented by the current financial system. But one of the side effects of blockchain technology is that, just like a gun, it's agnostic to its use. Both good guys and bad guys can be standing ready to pull the trigger. Far from being a tool for decentralization, blockchain technology could be exploited by dominant tech companies with their walled gardens, centralizing power even more so than the current financial institutions. While blockchain technology can assist in decentralization, it could also entrench greater centralization, creating even greater systemic risks. So it's important that we move forward with both intent, but also patience. It's important that we walk before we run. Yes, the progress may be slow going at times, but this is necessary. So I'll be interested to see how this plays out when the Apple Card launches this summer, and I'm curious to see what other technology companies do in response. We know that Facebook is working towards their own WhatsApp coin or Zuckbuck or whatever they're going to call it, and we've seen Samsung launch phones with cryptocurrency wallets. This is just the start of more to come, and that the story of cryptocurrency is just starting to be written. So what do you think? What do you think of the Apple Card? How do you think it affects the future of finance and the future of cryptocurrency? Let me know in the comments down below, and thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.